My father was a grape grower and his father was a grape grower, so I got very interested. When I was at school, I started making wine as a hobby. My father, Jack, said to me one day, why don't you become a winemaker? And I thought, oh my God, you know, winemaker's some old bloke drinking wine all day. It didn't sound very enticing. But the more I looked into it, the more I thought, yeah, what a great occupation that'd be. There's a lot of chemistry and engineering involved in which I was interested in. As a prerequisite for the university course back then, you had to work a year in the industry. So I went and worked for a year for Mildara Wines out at Merbeen in 1974. And then in 75, I went to university for 3 years to get my Bachelor of Science in winemaking. And then I went back and worked for Mildara for another 11 years. During that time, I learned a lot about winemaking. I got more involved with management of things as well. But I always had in the back of my mind to do something ourselves, winemaking-wise. I eventually left there in 1987, 88, and by then we'd already started to build the winery at Trentham Cliffs. I've seen a lot of changes in the wine industry since I began in the industry. When I first started back in 1975, there was 120 wineries in Australia, and I worked for Mildara for 11 years, and by the time I left, there was about 250. That's when Trentham started. And now there's close to 3,000 wineries. So we've seen a big explosion of wine, especially small wineries. After 40 years winemaking, you kind of know when things are ready. You can see the colours starting to change. You have tastes of grapes and you get more flavour in them. And then you take the samples back to the laboratory and check the sugar level and see how it's changing. And you just know within a few days, okay, it's just about ready to pick. We're looking more for flavour and style than just producing bulk wine. The passion was just to make great wine. That was really what inspired me initially. To make your own wine and you know you've made it from the vineyard right through to the bottle. Leadership's very important. We need to encourage young kids to come into it. So I'm also the president of the local Grape Growers Association, Winemakers Association. So we try and do a lot of promotions where we can. We try and encourage students to come to wineries, have a look at what we're doing, and just to get a feel for what we're doing in the wineries. We're at the crossroads now, determining what happens with the next generation. We're fortunate to have 2 children in the business, Renee and Damien. I think every small business owner would hope someone will continue the business for them, and great if it's a family member. We're very proud that as a family we've been able to run a successful business and employ a lot of staff. You know, we've got about 25 staff on. When we first set up, it was a lot of hands-on work. I still remember when I left Mildara, I thought, oh yeah, I could get someone else to do the job, but really there wasn't anyone else. It was only Nola, myself, my brother Pat, and my father Jack doing the work. That initial period, there's a lot of hours involved, you know, a lot of weekend work. And the first 10 years was a lot of work involved, more so than I thought. I still remember when I talked about leaving my old job, I was thinking I was going to play golf once a week and go fishing every weekend type of thing. But I'm still really waiting for that to happen at this stage. As time went on, we put more people on. It has become easier, that's for sure. It's been a journey, but enjoyable one. Winning the best international Shiraz for our 2005 Heathcote Shiraz was the most memorable times. Being nominated for Winemaker of the Year a few years ago, that was also a very memorable moment. Every wine show where you win an accolade and things like that, they're certainly memories that you'll treasure. Trentham Estate was initially a sheep station, settled in the 1930s, and it was only about a couple of thousand acres along the river. It was developed around 1955, mainly because of the rolling red loam hills here and the ability to pump water from the river if they needed to irrigate their vines and citrus. And it's just a lovely spot because it's right on the Murray River and lovely soil and beautiful sunny days like this. It really makes a big difference. There's nothing better than come to the end of vintage where it's been a hard slog and lots of hours, and you line the wines up on the bench and they just look fantastic. Or you go to a restaurant and someone orders a bottle of wine that you've made and you can see they're enjoying it. That really makes it all worthwhile.